I'm Elizabeth. Welcome to Local Matters. As we emerge from a long winter, a vibrant garden-themed public art display will be popping up all over Plymouth, and you can be a part of making it happen. Julie invited Jennifer Bernard of Plymouth Harbor Knits and Melissa Kenny of the Plymouth Bay Cultural District to find out how. Julie?
Melissa and Jennifer, welcome. So glad to have you today. Jennifer, I'm going to start with you. You were the mastermind behind Yarn Pop. Can you explain exactly what a yarn pop is?
Thank you for having us. Yes, a yarn pop is our definition of what has typically been termed a yarn bomb. We prefer the term yarn pop because it was a little bit more politically correct. But a yarn bomb is a type of graffiti or street art using knitted, crocheted, or felted items to create colorful public display. Its original intention was to provide color and whimsy to otherwise cold and public places, and has grown to become a recognized form of street art, graffiti, and activism. Unlike graffiti, it's predominantly a female form of expression. It's also known as wool bombing, yarn storming, guerrilla knitting, graffiti knitting, or urban knitting, and was thought to originate in 2005 in Texas by knitters who were interested in finding creative ways to use up their yarn scraps. It's now a worldwide event that's often has organized groups that install some of the yarn art. We're having actually a worldwide yarn bombing day held on June 27th. And this year's campaign will be used to promote deafblind awareness as a way to engage deafblind members in a tactile art project.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So that's a yarn bomb.
Okay, so a yarn pop is your version of a yarn bomb.
Exactly.
Okay, and it's going to be for the town of Plymouth.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, just a quick question came to mind when you said that. If these are artistic displays that are outside and they're made of yarn, does the weather affect their efficacy at all?
It does. They'll get wet. They will dry out, hopefully. We are asking people to contribute things that are using, acrylic kinds of yarns if possible. But we'll keep an eye on the installations.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, you also own Plymouth Harbor Knits. Can you tell me about your business there?
Sure. Yep. We're a yarn shop that's located in Village Landing, right on 170 Water Street. We're right behind Fideli's Chocolate and the Blue Eyed Crab. We provide yarn and tools and notions to knitters, crocheters, felters. We're starting to look a little bit at embroidery supplies. And we're trying to create more of a community place where people can come and share their art with us.
That's great. Now, Melissa, you are the vice chair of the Plymouth Bay Cultural District. For folks who don't know what the Cultural District is or what its mission is, could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So actually, the cultural districts were launched back in 2011 through our state legislation and in partnership with Mass Cultural Council. And so to be a designated cultural district, you have to have a number of cultural art and historic venues, businesses, and a walkable footprint. And so for Plymouth, it's amazing because we have all of that and then more. And so we were designated in 2014 as the 27th out of now 49 districts. And really what we do is we promote our artistic, our makers, our culture, and our small businesses and work to provide collaborations between them. The purpose of the cultural district really is to highlight all the talent that we have, small businesses, and also to drive economic growth through the arts. And so for Plymouth, each cultural district works a little different. But for Plymouth, what we do is we host a website, plymouthbayculture.org, where you can find an interactive online calendar of events. We also host the event board that you'll see throughout the district. And then we're one of the organizations that creates opportunities for engagement. And so, we put together events, we do some grant funding, grant writing to be able to fund that. And really, we just want to draw people to our downtown and waterfront. The the district itself, the map of the district is, we start at Samoset Street and go all the way down Court Street to Jenny Gristmill and the skate park, and then down Water Street to Village Landing. So it's quite large. And then unofficially, we have areas like the plantation, we have the library and the Forefathers Monument that we kind of consider within the district, but
Of
it actually
course.
is.
Right, right. And we have so many talented artists, musicians, and all kinds of creative people in Plymouth. How did the Plymouth Bay Cultural District get involved with this yarn pop? What is your involvement there?
Well, I'm a knitter, so this is really exciting for me personally.
That was a natural.
And so if you remember back in 2019, we hosted our Art Week, so part of Art Week Math. And I think it was then that we had our first conversations with Jen and Paul Bernard about doing some sort of fiber art, something, that we could do almost as a surprise. So all of a sudden you wake up and trees are covered in yarn.
Yeah.
But it just, it was hard to work out with all the other events that we were doing at the time. We then tried to do it, this fall and this winter, and then, just the circumstances, it wasn't going to happen. So this really felt perfect. Mass Cultural Council annually puts out a grant opportunity for cultural districts. This year's theme is rebuilding and recovery. And so we wrote the grant, we got funding, and we thought, what's more perfect to represent rebuilding and recovery than gardens? And what's more fun and whimsical than fiber gardens? So,
Really?
so that's how we got involved, and it's such an awesome way to highlight the talent of our makers.
Yeah.
In the area. Yeah.
And how many people would you say are involved in this particular project?
Gee, I
Crafters,
don't know.
everybody.
Yeah, so I know that Jen had over 60 people, kind of registered, providing product. But in addition to that, Kelsey Casey at the library has reached out to her patrons. Beth Hadfield over at the Center for Active Living has reached out to her members. We have, people who are engaging just through social media. So I don't know at this point.
Probably a lot.
It feels like a lot, but we need more.
The more the
Right.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jen,
as you-
to you, how do you think that this will bring the community together?
Well, we are definitely hoping that our knitters, crocheters, and fiber artists there will come in and share what they're willing to contribute. We've had people coming in every day. We have a lot of interest in what it will eventually look like, so we're looking for some photo opportunities when everything's set up. We've had a lot of businesses reach out to us interested in having their windows decorated as well. And we've had several other artists from all over interested in participating and helping us design a lot of the different displays that we're planning on. So it's been wonderful.
That's wonderful. It'll be amazing to see what they come up with. Melissa, how do you think art brings people together during a pandemic like what we are going through now and have been going through for the last year?
Yeah, Julie, I think this is a show in itself, but for sure, art is one of those universal opportunities. Everybody can participate, whether it's through the written word, through painting, through dance, through music. And certainly what we're seeing is that the arts are healing, and it certainly creates community. And so just this project alone, if you can imagine, we have all these folks, at home working for kind of a common good. And it feels good to be able to contribute. I know for myself, when I'm knitting, I kind of get into that Zen moment, and it's such a de-stressor. And so I see that universally throughout the art. And I think it's just going to be a real awesome opportunity to bring people out safely, to enjoy something that's hopeful, that's bright. And so as we talk about the impact of the pandemic with social emotional health, the arts, I think, is what's going to help us through this. And certainly on the other end, it's probably going to be one of the leading economic drivers for recovery, in towns. When I talk to
Absolutely.
folks, they, what are you looking forward to? Once you can re-engage, once you're vaccinated, whatever the case may be. I mean, more often than not, people are saying they want live theater. They want to go back to a concert. They want to see a movie. They want all of those opportunities to soak in the creative.
That's right, absolutely. And last, Jen, how can people get involved with Yarn Pop? You already said that you have a website, and I assume you're on social media. Are there other ways
We
that
do,
people
yes.
can get involved?
Yep, they can email us at the shop, plymouthharborknits@gmail.com. We have a page dedicated on our website for the Yarn Pop. We're just anybody. We've talked with schools and teachers and everyone who's willing to contribute. We'll take it all and we'll find a creative way to display it.
Okay, and this is going to be for the entire month of May. Is that true?
Correct.
Okay, so people can really look forward to coming down to the Cultural District in Plymouth and see these really unique displays of art made from yarns, really. So ladies, thank you so much. It was wonderful having you on today, and I really look forward to seeing Yarn Pop. Elizabeth, back to you.
Thank you, Julie. What a fun idea. Contact Melissa Kenny or Robin Carver to learn about locations where your knitting, crocheting, or felting skills can help make Plymouth pop. The Registry of Motor Vehicles has announced that adults 65 and older will now have access to designated senior hours at 17 locations, and the registry in Plymouth is one of them. Beginning on March 24th, RMV customers can book April appointments for Wednesday senior hours to complete in-person transactions like vehicle registrations and license renewals. Those who qualify can visit the reservation tab at mass.gov/RMV for senior transactions, or call the RMV at 857-368-8005. If you're a teen, getting into your first choice of colleges is something you may have worked your entire academic career for. But now that you've been accepted, how will you pay for it? On April 7th, join the Richard Sugden Library virtually for a college financing presentation by the Massachusetts Financing Authority. You'll learn how to apply for financial aid, what types of aid are available, and everything you need to know about the FAFSA. Following the presentation, a Q&A session will be held. The event begins at 3 p.m. and registration is required. Visit the Richard Sugden Library website to sign up. Mad Science returns to the Kingston Public Library in person in the outside tent. Register via the library's website for the upcoming April 15th preschool level workshop, where your little one will love the fun single subject classes that are easy for young children to absorb. On this new episode of Apps Untapped, Tiff and Erica get outside to review hiking apps.
Cats wearing hats. Ow! Oh, hi, you're here. It's your girl Tiff here with another installment of Apps Untapped. Now, if you're anything like me, your phone has become your best friend. Sad. Okay, so maybe I have a problem. So that's why I decided to get off my phone and into nature. That's right, I'm switching out my indoorsy status and becoming a hiker. But first, I need a little guidance. So today, we're gonna talk about hiking apps. Specifically, an app called AllTrails. AllTrails is a fitness and travel app used for all sorts of activities, including mountain biking, climbing, snow sports, and of course, hiking. There are some great features, so me and my girl Erica decided to get out of here and out into the woods. When you open up the AllTrails app, it's going to show you the trails near your current location. It also divides trails into categories, things like which trails are family friendly, which have the best views, and which have the lowest foot traffic. You can also browse by the activity you're looking to do, like if you want to camp or fish. And if you don't see your trail listed, there's a handy-dandy search bar at the top. If you really want to get the dirt on the trail, All Trails provides a profile for each location. Each profile contains things like descriptions, a map, features, distance, and what the weather is going to look like for your hike. Hikers are even invited to write a review and add photos. My absolute favorite part of this app is that you get to record your hike. You can choose your terrain, use a compass, and you can even add a picture. Once you've recorded the hike, it automatically gets saved to your history, where you can pull it up later as a reference. Also, if you're anything like me, getting lost is a thing. One of the most valuable parts of the app is the navigation function. Once you get on the trail, the app gives you a map which highlights the route and shows you where you are on the trail. Another useful feature is the favorites list. When you browse all of the trails, you can heart it and make yourself a big old list of places you want to venture to. How convenient. Now that we've covered some cool features, here are some tips and tricks that you may find useful. Because it records and uses navigation, this app takes up a lot of battery power. So I highly recommend closing down other apps and turning down your screen's brightness to save you power. Using a portable charger while you're hiking also comes in handy. If you're just starting out on the hiking thing, I recommend using the app's filter when searching for your trails. That way you can pick your level of difficulty. It also features things like the trail's length, activities, and whether or not it's pet friendly. And if you have any questions regarding the app that you may not have seen here, All Trails has a pretty comprehensive website where you can get all the answers to your hiking needs. And if you don't see something you're looking for, you can also submit a request. I mean, it doesn't mean we're not friends or anything, it just means you like them more, and I guess that's fine. So that about wraps it up for me. Just remember, if you're starting out on your new hiking adventures, be gentle with yourself. You're not going to be climbing Mount Everest anytime soon, but don't worry, you'll get there. Just don't give up, because as cool as the indoors are, there's a whole world out there, and it's just waiting for you. This has been Apps Untapped. It's been great chatting with you. Be well.
Join Duxbury Beach Reservation Executive Director Chris Lutazzi and Woods Hole Group coastal scientist Elise Leduc in a webinar to discuss the challenges facing Duxbury Beach and the large-scale planning being done to help protect it. The webinar, titled The Future of Duxbury Beach 2021 Update, will be live on Tuesday, March 30th at 6 p.m. There will be an opportunity for the audience to ask questions and get answers in real time. Register today at www.duxburybeach.com/events. The Pembroke Public Library invites you to their April virtual book club meeting, which will be discussing the Margaret Atwood classic, The Blind Assassin, which unfolds in layers of Gothic suspense, romance, and science fiction. To ensure a satisfying Zoom experience, space is limited. Sign up via the Pembroke Public Library website. Sea turtles have been on Earth for more than 100 million years, have similar lifespans to humans, and use the Earth's magnetic field as a compass. On April 7th at 1 p.m., the Sea Turtle Conservancy and the Duxbury Senior Center are offering a fascinating hour-long look at these remarkable and endangered creatures in a program titled Go Wild with Sea Turtles. You'll also learn about the Conservancy's research and protection efforts for these amazing animals. Visit the Duxbury Senior Center's website to register. Erica is here with an all-new In the Schools update.
As students prepare for return to in-person learning, Principal Gill of Silver Lake Regional High School conducted a survey in February about the upcoming changes and concerns parents may have. She released a video discussing the results of the survey, needs of the students, health and safety, and updated guidelines for the Department of Education. Based off the survey, 63% of participants wanted to continue hybrid learning, while 37% are pushing for in-person. Since then, the state has determined that in-person learning is best for students, and beginning in late spring, the hybrid model will no longer be available. They do anticipate an increase of students switching to a fully remote model, and in preparation for a full in-person return, they will extend Term 3 by 2 weeks to April 30th, 2021. A May 3rd reopening date ensures a smooth transition for students who will require a teacher change to their schedule, allows for students in AP classes to complete their course and review their current teacher before the testing window opens, and provides additional time for underclassmen to prepare for the spring MCAS exams with their current teachers. Last day of school for seniors will be May 27th and June 17th and 18th for the rest of the underclassmen. With the return to in-person learning, college is going to start sooner than you think. The Pembroke Guidance Department is pleased to announce that they now have an additional virtual college admissions night. The first college admissions panel will be on March 31st at 6:30 p.m. in collaboration with several surrounding South Shore high schools. College admissions representatives from the following colleges will be available for the virtual event: University of California, San Diego, Providence College, Bridgewater State University, the University of Massachusetts at Amherst, Quinnipiac University, and Bates College. The second college admissions panel will be on April 7th at 6:30 p.m., and it will be hosted by Bridgewater Raynham Regional High School. The colleges that will be presenting include Holy Cross College, UMass Lowell, Stonehill College, Boston College, and Bristol Community College. Students and parents are encouraged to attend this event to learn about the admissions process at both a private and public college, and to gain firsthand information from admissions representatives. There are 1,000 registration slots per panel on a first-come, first-served basis. Elizabeth, back to you.
Thanks, Erica. Warmer weather means strawberry growing season is around the corner. On April 6th at 6 p.m., join the Plymouth Public Library for their virtual program, Strawberries, Seed to Spread. Follow the journey from seed to berry to jam and enjoy a presentation on how to make an easy and delicious refrigerator strawberry jam. Free strawberry seeds will be available for pickup after the program, so you can start the process yourself. To register for Strawberry Seed to Spread, visit the Plymouth Public Library's website. Local theatrical hard rock groove band SINN is up next. If you like heavy music, volume up.
This life consumes me. All that time, 100 years.
Wow. Thank you so much, SINN, and thank you for staying with us for this episode of Local Matters. From all of us at PAC TV, have a happy and safe week. We'll see you next time.